everybody. Shit, I gotta keep the light down, keep the shadows down. Shit, just light a little closer. Different light than what I normally do. It's a little rough to set up real close and come on, right there. I guess that'll work. What's up, everybody? Here we go. Had my hoodies up and everything a little while ago because of the freaking mosquitoes. I gotta start bringing my bug spray again out here. Get my bug spray on next time. I won't have to worry about the mosquitoes so much. Once you get a fire going, they pretty much go away after that. But yeah, the mosquitoes can get bad. I haven't even seen a mosquito up until this is my first trip out here seeing them. So it's weird how within a week and a half, maybe period of time, how much things can change out where you normally go to, ranging from the patterns of bugs to frogs. All of a sudden, you start hearing them, and so it's kind of nice. Yeah, pretty fun live last night. I just had timed it perfectly because there was a huge storm that blew through, and it was I wasn't scared or nothing. I just luckily I had my shelter up and it kept me dry. What's up, Phelan Saruk? How you doing? I'm just sitting here chilling at my campsite. Sitting there relaxing for the night. Decided to do a two-nighter. Usually I go out for one night camping and I'm on my second night. It can wear you out, especially depending on how far you got to walk to your campsite. Stealth camping, you got to kind of go where you're not seen or people know you're there. I've been coming here to these woods for over 2 years now. Like usually once a week, twice a week camping. And this last time when I was coming up, I saw where I walk in, it signs up that said no trespassing, a property under surveillance, and they had a picture of a security camera. And I came at the edge of the woods, so I don't think that they picked up on me coming in where I went in at. But last night you could hear alarms going crazy in that direction. So now they got cameras up and alarms up, keep people out from where I've been going camping. For 2 years, it's just I've only ran into a few people back here, and now it's like, oh, this place I loved so much, I might not even be able to come back to anymore. So now I might be moving my locations. I appreciate the love, everybody. Appreciate that. I see that. I see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the love. So I might have to be changing up. I need to change the scenery anyway. I've camped like pretty much everywhere back here. These woods that I'm in right now, they're not connected directly to the other place I was camping. I don't know if they're owned by the same people. I didn't see there's no signs back in the woods. It's like on the edge. Phelan, is that you giving me all that love? Hope everybody's having a beautiful evening. It's nice out. I don't know where you're located. Here in the east side of the United States, mainly Ohio. It's finally starting to warm up some. Stay warm. Hit the Benjamin. You talking this Benjamin? There, hit my Benjamin. You know it. See, I got my Benjamin. Then I got my bulls, my greens. I gotta have both. I like to smoke my trees and then I use my pen. If I start getting burnt out or need something, something a little extra, I hit my pen a few times on top of smoking bud, and I usually feel pretty good. try to stretch my weed out. I'll get a couple pens for cheap. I get them for like 2 for $30. And they're actually good pens that get sold at a dispensary, but I got a buddy of mine. I don't know if he gets a deal when he buys them, if he buys in bulk, and that's why I can get them that cheap. But it's hard to find real good pens. And then, I mean, everybody can sell a pen and it says this or that on the box, but you know when you hit it if whether or not it's a good brand. I've been smoking, or I've been hitting on. I was using the play carts for a while. Those are really good, but my dude was taxing me, and I couldn't afford to pay that much. 40 for a cart is a lot of money. And I understand it's a legitimate cart, but I got people that I can get a couple for $30. That's a hell of a steal as long as they're good. Been using the Thunder Kana, and I got these cart I never got before. It's called a Bossy, Bossy. What is it? Lemon. What the hell is it? Lemon something. But yeah, that's a really good cart. It was definitely a really good cart. Surprise. Uh, yeah, that's what I do. I usually go camping. I smoke in my trees and shit. I mean, I get fucked up sometimes, but I don't get really too wasted out here. Try to keep my shit together to a point where if the cops showed up or somebody was like, hey man, you gotta leave, that I'm not so fucking trash that they like, hey man, what's wrong with you, buddy? I don't even drink alcohol when I come out here. I just smoke. Got my card. You know, it's funny, I got my card and I've never been to a dispensary. I was going to dispensaries before I got my card, but then I got a really good plug on trees. It's fucking phenomenal, and there's no reason for me to go to a dispensary. It's paid some of their outrageous prices on shit. But we got dispensaries over in Michigan that's right next door to us, and hell, you can go there and get ounces for $100 and super cheap. It's like, but you get what you pay for. So I always go for quality over quantity. I'm real picky when I smoke. I like my indicas and hybrids, but I fucking don't really care for sativas. They just make me feel anxious. That's all. I like to be relaxed and calming, sedative kind of high. So I always gravitate towards a nice big bug right almost with my eyeball. So I try to smoke with the indicas as the hybrids. I kind of like hybrids. Seems like it's the best of both worlds. As long as it's not a sativa dominant hybrid. Sometimes you get those and they're even really good. See, my one dude, he was getting these carts that were hash rosin carts. And I had never seen that before, hash rosin. I was like, I've never heard of that. But those were fucking good ass carts. But then he got the same carts, play carts, but they were distillate. And you could tell there was such a drop in quality. I don't know, it was so noticeable. It was like, man, I had to hit my carts probably twice as many times off the distillate than the hash rosin. But maybe it's all in my head. I wasn't sure. It didn't feel like it was in my head. I'm a good old school head. I always like my trees as long as they're good trees and they do the job. There's plenty of shit out there that smells good, tastes good, and don't do shit for me. See, my lives, I like to sit back and just chill. I don't advertise them smoking and shit. People just pick up on it when they see me hitting my bowl. But sometimes, man, kids be popping up in my live, and I don't know how they do it when I tell it, say not meant for kids. I'll have a fucking kid pop up acting in. You can just tell right off the bat that they're not an adult, or where they're acting with trying to interact with me. You can tell it's childish. It's like, where's your damn parents at, fool? You ain't supposed to be in my life. I cuss. I talk about drugs and alcohol and all kinds of shit. Women. I mean, fuck. It just pretty much cover every topic. I try to stay away from, let's see, religious and politics. That's another thing that can just like set people over the head. I mean, I just like talking with people. You can be a Republican, Democrat, whoever. I don't care. As long as you're a sensible person, you got morals and shit, then we're good. I'm not even a fucking registered voter. Or maybe I am a registered voter. Maybe I think maybe back I did fill out some kind of paperwork, but I've never voted. I think our voting system's flawed, judicial system's flawed. They're all flawed. So I'm not going to be a part of it. I don't feel like my one vote don't ain't going to make a damn bit of difference anyway. So I love hearing the frogs. I can hear them, but I'm just not buying them. It's not a body of water except for the river, but I don't know how much further I got to walk back in these woods. Fuck you, light. Make me have to get up. Stay, light. I got these rechargeable lights. They're convenient, but they only have like a small beam on them that is really good. It'd be like a focused beam and shit, but when you go use the big light, it just doesn't, or it does light up as well as this battery one I got. I just need to get me a stand for my lights or my camera. Yeah, I think it's bright. I can hardly even see. And of course, the deer were pissed off earlier, making all kinds of noise and stomping and shit. They get mad sometimes when they know I'm out here. Come up to my campsite in the middle of the night, circling it, going, make these fucking like quick exhale noises. Snorting is basically what they're doing. I don't know. I think it's out of anger. The only thing I can come up with is I'm close to their bedding area, or this is the way that they usually cross through to get to where they're supposed to be going as far as try to go to sleep at night, because you'll hear them at night as much as you do during the day. First time I heard that stuff, I got kind of like paranoid. I was like, man, I hope that ain't no big buck that's gonna come running in my campsite in the middle of the night and gore me to death. But the chances of that are so few. The bucks that I've met out here, I've interacted with, and they haven't really like, I don't know, weren't that damn scared of me and didn't act all aggressive when they see me. Because I've always seen does out here, tons of does. Or little bucks, maybe because they don't have their buttons on their head yet. That one time there was a buck out there. I was going to get some firewood, and I just looked up. And I'm like, whoa! I stopped in my tracks, and this buck's off to the left of me, eating some shit. And he just kind of stopped and looked at me. And usually when they notice me, that's when they'll like kind of hop away. But I'll try to talk to him. There's the one that came running in my campsite before I had everything set up, and I was just kind of sitting in my chair relaxing before I did everything. Just got there, and this deer come running in and didn't know I was there, and it got maybe 8 foot from me. It just put on the brakes and just turned around. It was like a cartoon. His legs started going real fast and shit, and then he finally started going. But he only ran like maybe another 8, 10 feet and just stopped and turned around. So he was maybe 20 feet from me, maybe 15, 20 feet from me, just looking at me. I'm like, you ain't gotta run, dude. He's like, come here. And trying to call the deer over. It just kind of kept standing there, just looking at me. And I knew as soon as I go for my phone to record this, he's gonna take off. And I went real slowly, just moved my hand. He seen that hand move and just fucking bolted. So I've had some interaction with deer out here. That one that was seeing me when I was going to get the firewood, it was a big buck, had big old antlers on his head. He just looked up at me, and I looked at him, and I just stood still, and he just went back to eating, and I moved up closer and closer, and I probably got 20 feet from the thing, and he would just look up and see me, and put his head back down, eating and stuff, and he'd put his head back up, looking. Didn't care how close I was getting, but I got to a point where I felt like I was intruding on his wildness to eat his food and stuff, and I wasn't want to bother him. So I eventually walked away from him, not him running away from me, which was cool. But I don't like. I love nature and I'm respectful, and I try not to mess with their behavior patterns if they're living out here in the wild. Usually, I come out here, I interact with something, whether it's an owl at night, a deer during the day. Never got to feed any squirrels out here. I should have brought out bird seed and shit and set them off like in a little spot and sit off to the side. You just wait for the birds to come in, and once they recognize there's food in the spot, they'll be more likely to come back the next time. You can get some really good footage, but I'm just not. It's like watching paint dry, sitting there waiting for birds to land and then record their behavior patterns. But yeah, it's kind of like watching the paint dry. You can put some wood on the fire. Put wood on the fire. Put wood on the fire. That's a long piece. Got so much firewood yesterday, I didn't even have to go get any today, which was cool. I got a wee little bit of kindling just to help me get the fire going again. They were calling for rain, and I knew it was going to be kind of a pain in the ass to get dry kindling after it rained. I got so much wood yesterday, I had enough where I didn't even have to go get a single piece of main wood for the fire. So how's everybody doing tonight? What's everybody up to you? You see it what I'm doing. Living the dream, folks. Living the dream. Living the dream. Shit, this fire's about to rage up. Hell yeah. It's crazy how a fire can be like barely burning and you just move a few logs and all of a sudden it just takes off. One piece is almost burned out finally. The big piece I put on there. There we go. Walked to the store earlier to get some supplies for the night only. Wanted to get something to drink, some ice, and was going to get a supper item. I ended up getting some watermelon. Ooh, I haven't eaten any of that yet. Oh, I'm going to have to eat that after I get off here. Grab some watermelon, 2 liters, a bag of ice, and some nerds. I was like, hell yeah, that's what I'm going to have to snack on tonight is nerds, watermelon, and some pop. I had eggs left over from this morning since I bought a steak for last night, but didn't eat that till this morning. I had eggs left over, so later on this evening I'm gonna make me a batch of scrambled eggs. Might as well brought them with me, less to carry home. Yeah, my lives are kind of. I do cuss too much in mine. I do recognize that. I'm trying to curb that, but certain situations I just kind of get all excited. And like last night when it was storming, that one bolt of lightning and thunder scared me. I cussed. I was like, son of a beep, 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 beep. So that's why when I have my lives, I always make so it's not for kids. And I think if you put it on not for or if you put it on for kids, you can't comment. I know that's how it is if you make a regular video. You can make it so if you say for kids, they won't let you comment. That's pretty actually a good idea because if there's adults and some kids comments talking weird shit to them, then it's a good idea for them not to let people comment on kids' videos. You get more traffic because kids will sit and watch your crap. Well, see, I just have a lot of adult oriented shit, subject matter to talk about, fucking everything. Like hearing people's stories and shit, where they came from, what they've been through. Sometimes them stories can get R rated. I almost burnt the hell out of my feet on that damn log. Come on, oh, you're heavy as a son of a bitch, ain't you? Yeah, this fire's not gonna be as. Come on, bitch, get there. There we go. This piece needs to go on top of here. Making fire is crazy. It's like playing Jenga. Okay, this piece goes here. I'm gonna pull this piece out of there. Suddenly I get a song out of nowhere. I'll pop up in my head. I don't even know what triggers that shit. That's a Metallica song. Destruction. Yeah, last night I'm sitting there at my campsite, and it's like 2, 3 in the morning. All of a sudden, I hear 2 gunshots just right over my shoulder behind me. Like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, staring. I didn't hear nothing, no bullets go through the trees or anything like that. Or I would have been pissed. I would have yelled something. Like, yo, there's fucking people back here. Yeah, just out of nowhere, somebody shot 2 guns. Somebody shot gun twice. Kind of scary if somebody you think sees you and they're trying to get you out of there. They start shooting at you. Even though I do go stealth camping where I'm not supposed to camp, to me it's almost funner. You don't have to pay for camping that can be anywhere from $25 to $35 a night now, depending on where you go. So I come out here, spend 2 nights. That's $70. I just saved camping fees, and this place I used to live next door to, so I used to come back here all the time, and I knew it pretty much like the back of my hand. But in between the 2008 and me coming back out here in 2024, I think it was, a lot of things did change. Like, that's a big time period that, I mean, that's what, 10, 18. I don't know. It's just a lot. A lot of good memories coming out here, but yeah, it's been almost. It's more fun to me when you're camping somewhere you're not supposed to, or you go against the elements and put up a shelter in the middle of fucking nowhere. And that's another thing is I do a lot of open camping where I don't like use a tent. I use a shelter, and I'll put up my cot underneath of it, and then I'll throw my air mattress on the cot, and it's like cool, like got a little spot to lay down after I'm done partying and hanging out by the fire. And it's nice to have somewhere to stretch out because fuck, for almost a year straight, it was probably more than a year. The only thing I did is sleep in this chair I'm sitting in. Because at home, I sleep in my chair, recliner. I just lean it all the way back, and then I got some on my back when I sleep in the chair. So I'm sleeping in this chair wasn't that big of a deal. The only thing is, if you're like me, I have issues where I'll be tired and sitting in a funky situation, and I might fall forward. It's like once or twice. Actually, I fell in the fire last night. I remember that. That's crazy. Yeah, just talking that story. Just I remember last time I fell in the fire. I was sitting there and kind of leaning forward. It was a little chilly, and next thing you know, as I wake up as I'm falling forward, and I couldn't catch myself, and my hands touched this log that was on fire. I just pulled them back. There's black crap all over my hands. Lucky I didn't burn myself, but yeah, that was the one time I passed out. I was in my chair and was leaning forward to do something, and it was fell asleep in that position and just slowly but surely started going closer and closer to falling, and fell forward and smashed my head on a freaking brick that I had that was surrounding the fire. And my head was all scraped up and shit right up in here. So camping can be dangerous on this pit. You know, I've cut my leg so bad out here twice that I've needed stitches, but all I do is just break out the super glue and think this is why I go to the hospital. I mean, they can. I don't. They don't typically use super glue at a hospital, but they do in jail and other places. I just don't. Didn't feel like putting all my, turning around with all the gear that I just brought out here, turn around and walk it all back home because I cut my leg. So I stood there where I cut my leg and knew it was bad. Walking forward with shorts on and this dumbass stick with little points on where it broke off from the other piece that was on there. It had just walked forward and caught my shin and just fucking ripped it open. And I knew right away that it was bad. I didn't even have to look. I was like, oh, this ain't good. This ain't good at all. I'm like, no, no, no. And I looked down and blood's just pouring down my leg. And I kept wiping it, trying to use toilet paper to dab it up so I could, sometimes you put a little piece of toilet paper on the cut and it'll just stick to it and it'll just absorb shit for a while. And then if it gets full of blood or something, you can just peel it off. But yeah, so there's dangers of camping out here or going stealth camping anywhere. You can cut real bad, burnt. I mean, those are the typical injuries that I've had is getting cut and burnt. Haven't really had anything else happen. Even though I do make homemade fireworks and I bring them out here and usually blow off a couple every time I'm camping. I got still one left for later on the night. It made it a little different than last time. Last night's wasn't as loud as what they normally are, but usually they are fucking loud. You can feel them in your chest. Fire needs to get bigger. Sorry, folks. I gotta put some wood on the fire. Let's see here where I want you to go. Right there is good. Bing. Sorry, folks. I don't have my notifications weren't total. Why is everything in a Walgreens locked up besides the sunscreen? I don't know. That doesn't make any damn sense. I already know why, but I'm not gonna say it. I will not say why. But yeah, it's ridiculous. I haven't been in a Walgreens lately, but I keep hearing stories about how bad it's gotten. I mean, I go into other places and it's that bad, so why wouldn't it be bad there? I mean, shit, it's ridiculous. Some of the stuff they put behind the counter, where they put locks in the shelving, you got to get somebody. It's like you have to get like 10, 11 things from Walgreens, and you ask them 10 different times, hey, can you come over here and unlock this? Can you unlock this? Or you got somebody that basically chaperones you while you shop so they can open all the crap for you. People ruin a good thing, man. The freedom to shop, man. It's like now it's a luxury. So you don't have the freedom to shop because you're going to be bothered the whole time by asking somebody for help. No, nothing like going shopping for yourself and asking somebody to help you the whole fucking time. I feel like an invalid. I don't mind helping somebody if they need help reaching an item off the top shelf because I'm tall. I get asked that usually almost every time I go to the grocery store. Hey, excuse me, could you reach that for me? It's like, sure, I'll reach that for you, lady. Sorry, folks, I'm messing around with my fire. Getting it straightened around. Man, this fire pit got huge. I don't usually have giant fires because I've walked away from my fire to get something. When I turn around, I can't even see my fire. I've had a couple scary situations where I've walked out here, like it was out here. I wasn't familiar with my surroundings yet at that point, and put all my gear down and walked off for a minute to see if I could find a better spot. If not, I was going to stay at that spot. When I walked away, I went so far I couldn't remember exactly how I got, which direction I came from. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. And I'm like, I got my backpack that was full of shit, all my camping gear. And I was like, how am I going to find that in the woods all just randomly? I'm like, oh, this is not good. So I learned that night, never take your gear off and set it down and walk away from somewhere that you're not familiar with. Because I ain't got no GPS shit on my camping gear. I could just like locate it. Then sometimes directions that you came is hard to tell because if it's not muddy out, then you can't see footprints or snowy. If it gets that bad when you're walking, just snap a little branch here, like every 6 to 10 feet, and just keep snapping the branch. So if you find one of your branches that you've snapped and you just keep following whatever direction they're going, you should make it either to your destination or back from where you were. So there's little tricks and things you can use, skills that you can use to try to find yourself back to where you're looking. But even with the small fires, sometimes it's really, really hard to see. Those are the fires that won't get you in trouble, especially if you're not having or you're having a fire where you're not supposed to have one, like me. I ain't supposed to be back here, especially now that they got the no trespassing signs up and shit. I drove by somewhere, it was about a week or two ago, and I was looking at it like, wow, that's a big piece of land. And I gotta take the bus to get to my ship because I don't have a car right now, and even if I did, I can't take my vehicle, drop off my gear, and park it somewhere overnight. So taking the bus is the next best thing unless I find somebody to pick me up and drop me off. It's like that's the best option, but usually I'll just take the bus to wherever I'm going. So I have to have somewhere it's like on a bus route. And this place I drove by, it looked like there was a road that went back in there that were for like an oil well or something like that. But other than that, that looked like totally undeveloped land. So I'm gonna either go back there and scope that place out, or take my shit out there and hope for the best, and just go back there and find a spot and start calling that place my home away from home. The only bitch is it's halfway. There's kind of catty corner to our Stark County jail. So if it was, I don't think it's their land because it's such a big piece of land. Their fences are pretty much mark the boundaries of their land, and so that's the only thing I was worried about. They could see me back there walking around and think that I'm some weirdo that's trying to sneak in, items to the jail that they're not supposed to have, and I'm trying to go back far enough in the woods where I could use a drone and drop the shit off. But I don't think it's that bad. I'm surprised with how it is out here now, they don't have people running drones looking over top of, making sure nobody's back here. But I haven't heard no drones out here. I did this summer. It was just a small one, but I just waved to it every time it come over my overhead. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get off here, folks. I'm just gonna relax by the fire for the night. This is my second night out here. I just usually take it easy the second night, and then try to get a decent night's sleep. But I won't get to bed till probably like 4 or 5 in the morning, maybe 6, depending on. Yeah, probably get to bed about 5 or 6. So, all right, folks. I want to say thank you for coming by my live. If this is the first time you ever been to my channel, I want to say thank you for stopping. Uh, I have a lot of videos, like 200 and some videos. They're mostly camping related. So if you like that kind of stuff, feel free to check out my channel. If you like what you see, man, subscribe, hit that like button, and if you comment any of my videos, I'll 99% of the time return the comment. I'll always answer you back. So thanks again to everybody that stopped by, and I hope to see you guys on the next live. And stay safe, stay blessed, and y'all take it easy. Love, peace, chicken grease.